Hello YouTube, my name is Uncle Blake, and today I would like to tell the second high school story so far. Uh, this is about my first exam. This happened on November 17th, 2017. It was a midterm exam in math. Now, since math is obviously my weakest subject, I was very nervous. I was extremely nervous indeed. I was quite pacey. I had butterflies, moths, if you will, and it was quite nerve-wracking, I have to admit. I was basically counting down all of that, and I distinctly remember telling myself, however many questions it's out of, it's going to be difficult. But I was taking it by what the average would be. So if it were, I remember saying to myself, talking to myself, I know I think I'm crazy, but like 20 is difficult to answer. 25 is even harder and nearly impossible, and 30 is impossible. The exam was out of 60, which meant the average was, well, 30. And what a coincidence, because that is what I was the most worried about, if it was over 20. So, getting to the point, I remember walking. I feel like walking slow would have evoked more pressure on me. So, I was walking pretty fast to early to math class because the math teacher, he said, you can come early if you want to start the exam quickly. So, I just decided, why not? I might as well. So, that is exactly what I did. I went there quite early. I remember I was the second one there, and I started immediately. It was basically covering everything we had done, and all of the nervousness, just like, and me just being the nerve-wracking experience of waiting for the time I was going up. I was to go up at 11:45, 10 minutes earlier than usual, and that it didn't really throw me off track. I believe I did leave at exactly that time from the cafeteria, but it was quite interesting, I must say. It was fun, indeed. And so when I get there, it occurs to me that uh, it occurs to me that once I started, it's not that bad. I mean, it was quite kind of interesting. Like math has been so far in high school, and since semester two is beginning sometime in February, I believe. I keep thinking it will be next year too, but no. So it is quite interesting. Now, this, as I said already, is the midterm exam. The actual exam, which is happening near the end of semester one, I believe, is also coming as well. But we have this memory prompt, this little thing where you can look at it during the test. During the exam, all that was allowed was a pencil, an eraser, the exam, and the memory prompt. Nothing else. You had to put your backpacks on the side, your binders. None of that was allowed. So, what I'm saying is, it was quite difficult. It was intimidating, I must say, even. But, of course, it was, it was, I wasn't really mocked by it, but I was like, oh my gosh. And my friend was telling me to calm down. And, I was pretty scared. I was so nervous. It was like killing me. The anxiety and the worry and all of that. So I did the test, the exam, I mean, sorry. And since we're not allowed to see them, I'm pretty sure the marks were posted online on one of the school board websites. And I kept telling myself, I have not gone through already 2 successful months of high school, September and October, to fail my first exam. And I really didn't want to fail my first exam. So I was crossing my fingers, and the tension that I had to go through while waiting for the mark was absolutely killer. Like, the tension, you could cut it with a knife, or a machete, or a scythe. But just to be completely honest, of course, I was getting quite nervous. I really do, must say. Now, the mark I got I have major trouble in math, and it's for a reason, but I'll get to that some other time, hopefully. I got 30 out of 60, which is 50%. So I did succeed, and I got so close to failing, it scared me. But I was very relieved, and I was extremely happy that my first exam went so surprisingly well. And of course, just to get to the point, just to say one more thing before I go, it was not too bad. Sure, a couple of them got me because some questions were worth 5 marks, 4 marks, 3 marks, 2 marks, 1 mark, etc. That has been it for this story, and I hope you enjoyed it, and if you didn't, that is great, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.